Hello students, myself Vineet Kumar, Assistant Professor in Galgodias University in the School of Media and Communication Studies. Today I am going to discuss course code BAJC 1019, which is Digital Photography. So let's start. Here are the objective of today's presentation. First one, to learn the feature of DSLR. The second one, use of manual control in a photography. So before starting today's lecture, let's quick recall what we learned in a previous one. Okay, the first one is what is DSLR? DSLR means digital single lens reflex camera, which we are using to capture images. What is the working of a DSLR? DSLR work on light, and the lens allows light to enter in a camera, and that light expose on a sensor. Okay, what is dial of a camera? Dial actually is the settings of a camera like aperture, shutter speed, okay, auto mode, and other some presets like portrait mode, landscape mode, which are used to click photograph. What is aperture? Aperture is a opening of shutter or opening of a lens which allows light to enter in a camera. And what is shutter speed? Shutter speed is the duration of light stay in a camera. Means how much time a light stay in a camera. That means how much time a aperture opens and allows a light to enter in a camera. That is shutter speed. So let's move to our next topics in today's presentation. What is ISO? The full form of ISO is International Organization for Standardization, and ISO is basically used for the sensitivity of a sensitivity of a sensor. Basically, that sensor is used, which sensor is used to capture light, which expose that light into a image. So that sensitivity of that light is calculated in number ISO. Okay, so ISO is the number assigned to the sensitivity of a sensor, like 100 ISO, 200 ISO, 300 ISO. These are some numbers. That means if the number is 100 ISO, that means that sensor is less sensitive towards the light. That means there is sufficient light. If light is sufficient, then the sensor sensitivity will be in smaller number. If light is not sufficient, then we have to use the higher number. That means we have to use the more sensitivity in a sensor. So ISO is the sensitivity of a sensor. So here you can see the ISO speed. Okay, the first one is auto. That means if you are using your camera in auto mode, then that camera automatically adjusts the ISO speed according to the light, according to the situation. But if you are using that camera in other mode, like in program mode or like in a manual mode, you can adjust that ISO speed according to your need. For example, basically in a daytime, in a daylight, we use 100 ISO. But if the light situation, that means if there is very low light, then at that case we use ISO 1600. Basically, indoor shoot we use ISO from 200 to 400. In outdoor shoot, in a very in a very dark condition, or you can say in the evening session, we use some 500 to 800, or in a darker situation we use 1000 to 1600 and above. Okay, so this is the role of ISO in a camera. That means it's tell you the sensitivity of a sensor. So here is some example of ISO sensitivity. For in the first image, you can see the ISO number is 100. That means in a daytime, it's a normal picture, not overexposed and not underexposed. It's a normal picture. But in ISO 200, you can see it's little bit brighter than the first image. And in ISO 400, you can see it's more brighter. Okay, and in ISO 800 it is overexposed. Overexposed means more brighter, means looks like artificial image. It's overexposed. These portions are very wide and the natural color is not captured. This is a pink color, but it looks very light pink. This is the real original image which we click in a daytime with 100 ISO, and this is when we use an ISO number is 100. So it means when we are using in daytime in very sufficient light, if light is very sufficient, we use ISO 100 or ISO 200 for our image in a daytime. Here you can see the example of you can say in evening or you can say in night time. Okay, so the normal number is ISO 3200. This image is a little bit I mean good. Okay, then in next image ISO 640, you can see there is some unsharp object, or you can see something like dotted, or in ISO 550,000 you can see that their pixels are breaked. You can see clearly there is dot 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 in this image. That means pixels are break. This is a hazy picture. So in a when the number of ISO increase, the pixels are broken, or you can say its image get pixelated. Okay, so we have to use the smaller number as much as we can get the result. We don't always, we are not going to use the maximum higher number, because if we are going to use the maximum higher number, that image get pixelated, that pixels are going to break. Okay, so it's better to use the limit, that means it's better to use the lower number as much as possible for your situation or for your lighting conditions. So here are some basic rules of using ISO. As I already told, if it is daylight and you are shooting outdoor, that means you have to use 100 and 200 ISO. If it is shaded or some indoor, you have to use 200 to 400 ISO. If you are using flash, indoor flash, then you have to use 400 to 800 ISO. If you are using a darker indoor, then you have to use ISO 800 to 1600. Okay, or if they are indoor with lighting, much means these are some spotlights. If you are using with artificial lighting, then the ISO should be 1600 to 3200. And if it's extremely low, that means if you are going to click stars or firework, then you have to use ISO 3200 plus. That means what are the range your camera is providing, you have to use that range. But all the ISO depends upon the lighting condition, which type of lighting condition you have in your location. Okay, so I think you all understand the use of ISO. Okay, the next thing in a photography is focus. What is focus? Here you can see the focus in photography is the process of making adjustment to the lens to find the maximum resolution, sharpness and contrast for your chosen subject. We can do so either using manual focus or autofocus in your camera. Okay, so in this image you can see this mobile phone is in a focused area. Okay, and that background of this image is out of focus. So it's depend which part of the image you want to focus so that you can adjust that focus area with the focus ring in a camera, or you can use that camera in focus mode, automatic focus mode. That means that camera automatically adjust the focus on your subject. Okay, but there is some trick, there is some problem, because when you are clicking 2 or 3% in a photograph, but you want to make sure that only one person or one object from that photograph is to be in focus, at that time you have to use only the manual focus mode, because in automatic focus mode it automatically focus all 4 of them or any one of them persons. Okay, for clicking or for creating some creative work, we have to use camera in a manual mode and focus also in a manual mode. So for professionally we have to use focus in a manual mode. So here are the two types of focus mode which I am already talking about that. First one is autofocus mode and second one is manual focus mode. So in this image, into image, I just try to tell you from where you can adjust that focus. So for autofocus mode, here is a button which mentioned like AF and MF. So if that button is AF mode, that means autofocus mode, that means camera automatically adjusts the focus and automatically choose the subject sharpness. Okay, but for manual mode, you have to click that button in a manual mode. When that button in a manual mode, that means that camera is in manual mode, then you have to adjust that focus from this ring. This is called focus ring. This is in a lens, on a lens. Okay, so you have to move that ring so to adjust your focus on your subject. Okay, so these are two types of focus. First one is autofocus, which automatically camera focus the subject, and another is manual focus, which is focused by the person clicking the photograph according to according to his need. Things to be remembered. So I just paste on photograph, which is a cheat sheet. Okay, cheat sheet means to understand or to remember what we are going to do. So ISO means is the sun is on, that means is there is a proper light. Okay, if the light is not proper, then we have to increase the ISO number. Second one is aperture. Aperture means what do you want to in focus. Aperture allows you to that means if you want to focus on it, but as a single subject, then you have to use shallow depth of field. That means you have to broader or wider opening of that aperture. But if you want to capture the whole frame in a focus mode, then you have to use smaller aperture. That means a higher f number. Okay, so it's tell you what do you want to in focus. The next thing is SS, that means shutter speed. Shutter speed, how fast do I want to snap this image. That means the speed of that shutter. If you are using if you are clicking, a person is moving slow, that means you have to use a simple shutter speed. But if you are if your person is not moving, then you have to use a simple shutter speed. That means 40 to 60, 1/40 to 60. But if your person is moving, that means we have to click a faster snap. That means we have to use ISO speed from 800 to 1000 or other speeds according to your that according to your need or according to that image. Okay, so we have to adjust all ISO, aperture and shutter speed according to the lighting condition, according to our need, according to the situation, all things, because these three things controls the light. These all three things controls the light. It's maybe ISO, aperture and shutter speed. These all three control the light in your camera. So let's sum up what we learn in this presentation. First, what is ISO? What is use of ISOs? Okay, some basic rule of using ISOs. Okay, what is focus and what are the types of focus? That means manual and autofocus, and use of ISO in a darker space or in a daylight time. So I think all these points are clear from my side, and you hope you all are understand what I try to teach you in this presentation. So here are some reference. You can, if you want to learn more photography or if you want to learn more details about the photography, you can just click on any of this link and you can go to that website and you can learn from there. Okay, or if there is some doubt, I will provide my details, so you can just mail me or text me to know more or to understand it better. Okay. So thank you so much for giving your time. This is my details. Myself Vineet Kumar. This is my email ID and this is my contact number. If you have any problem, if you have any doubt, you can just mail me or text me. Thank you so much.